The Undercountry Music News is an excerpt of the weekly internet broadcast Undercountry Music, which features music from great country artists you won't hear on mainstream radio, as well as a roundup of the most interesting country music news of the week without all the fluff. This program you are listening to right now contains only the news portion of the show. To listen and subscribe to the full weekly episode containing the music and interviews, please visit undercountry.com or simply subscribe to the Undercountry Music Podcast on iTunes. Let's get into it. Absolutely incredible. And I'd never heard these songs before, but the people in there apparently had heard them before, so apparently they were well known in their church, but I was just blown away. And I have no idea who these people were, but it was awesome. It was cool. Almost as cool as the Undercountry Music News. That's right, folks. It is that magical time, once again, of Undercountry Music, where we dive into the news. Get into it. Who's ready to get into this? First, I want to welcome all of our talk show formats out there in Spreaker and YouTube land. How you doing, talk show formats? Now, why is this section of the show broken out for just the talk show formats? Well, I will tell you. It's because, well, over at Spreaker, they're kind of the gateway to iHeartRadio, and independent shows like mine, we can't play music on iHeartRadio. So I need to get 100 followers over at Spreaker with a talk show so that I can get my toe in the door over at iHeartRadio. So I'm pimping you guys. But I think you like it, you dirty little... But you know what? Yeah, if you're over there listening to me through Spreaker, I'd appreciate it if you click that little follow button, because as soon as I get 100 of you, I can try and get the Undercountry Music News over onto iHeartRadio. And for you on YouTube, well, I'm just trying to get you over to my website, Undercountry Music. So there you go. And if I put songs on YouTube, even if I have permission, I'll still get copyright flags. And you get 3 of those in a year, they close down your account. They're F-holes like that. Anyway, the Undercountry Music News. Every single week, what I do is I go on to Google, I put in the search term country music news, and whatever websites pop up on the very front page of Google, I dig into them, I see if they have any actual country music news, because most of them just are just echo chambers for labels and artists' news releases, and I don't let them get away with that. So what I do, I kind of report on those who report the news, and I tell you what I think of their reporting of the news, and if they got a real story there, I bring it to you. So I kind of take the real stories in country music news, I compile them all into this section, and I package them up all neatly with a bow like it's freaking Christmas time or something, and I bring them to you. All right. Oh, well, one other thing. If I go onto a website and they're not doing their job and they're not reporting any country music news, and there's country music out there to promote, to report on, I award one unlucky recipient with the Undercountry Music News Wet Belch of the Week. That's right. Whole lot of belching going on here lately. Shall we? Let's do it. All right. Over at GAC, coming in at the top of the search results this week. You know, GAC topped the search results last week, and that's unusual. It's normally always CMT every week, and GAC has grabbed the top slot 2 weeks in a row. Nicely done. All right. Over at GAC this week, Lee Ann Womack has a new album coming out. You know, the lady who sings, I hope you dance, I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. I hope, anyway, I'm not going to sing the whole thing for you, but I could. I got plenty of time today. But anyway, Leanne Womack, she's signed with Sugar Hill Records. And there's an interview about that whole thing over there, and she gives the typical canned stroke-off lines about how it feels like she's home, and they just really care about the artists, and blah, 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 blah. That's GAC this week. Nice. Good enough. All right, over at CMT, songwriter Jesse Winchester dies at age 69. Don't feel bad. I have no idea who this guy is either. You know, they list a bunch of songs he wrote that I never heard of. You know, I'll tell you what. Here's the deal with this guy. He's one of those singer-songwriter guys that only people in the industry know of. And then if you don't know who they are and you don't know any of their songs, the industry people look down their noses at you as if you're not a real country music fan or you don't belong in the world of country music because you're just a poser pretender, you know. But anyway, he dead. It's sad. I'm sad he's dead. 69. You know, would like to see him squeeze out a few more years, but, you know, them's the breaks in this whole life. Moving along. CountryWeekly.com. Oh, that is a foreboding dramatic accent there, isn't it? And for good reason, because they get the Undercountry Music News Wet Belch of the Week because they got nothing. All right, they got one thing. One thing I was almost interested in. And it was, they were touting a video for Dierks Bentley's new song, Drunk on a Plane. That's right, Drunk on a... You seen the Samuel L. Jackson movie, Snakes on a Plane? Who put the mother effing snakes on this mother effing plane? Yeah, well, this is Dirk Bentley's song called Drunk on a Plane. Right? I click it, and it makes me sit through a commercial before I can even look at the page. Okay, fair enough. And then to watch the video, it makes me sit through another commercial so I can watch the video. So I sit through a second commercial. You know, now I'm pretty annoyed. And then it turns out I look at the timeline of the video when it finally comes on, and it's only 60 seconds long. So I already know it's not even the whole freaking song. So I sit there, and I watch Dierks flap his pie hole for 40 seconds of the 60 seconds, talking about the song that they only gave 60 seconds to. So now I have 20 seconds left, and they finally start playing a little bit about this song. They play a 20-second clip of the song, and the song sucks. I feel used. Country Weekly, eat my wet belch. Over at Taste of Country, the Civil War's Joy Williams announces that she has started work on a solo album. And you can hear a 30-second clip of one tune over there. And it's a sleepy, sappy song. And I can't make out the words because she sounds like she's got like 5 pieces of Hubba Bubba stuffed in her cheeks while she's singing it. It's something about sleep. I don't know. But if you dig Joy Williams of the Civil Wars, go check it out, that little clip over at Taste of Country. Nashville Gab. There's an article about Cowboy Troy, which is cool because you know what? You just don't see a whole lot of articles about Cowboy Troy. I mean, I like Cowboy Troy. Hell, I like anyone who does something out of the norm. You know what? Love Cowboy Troy or hate Cowboy Troy, You cannot deny he is an original. Cowboy Troy is okay in my book. All right? Got the undercountry music news stamp of approval there, Cowboy Troy. Like you a lot. All right. Oh, yeah. Also, there was like this thing, 2-year-old clip of Blake and Bloranda, out on the street in some city, and there were people gathering around them trying to get autographs, and then one person with the camera asked if they could get a picture with Miranda, and Miranda said, no, not right now, and walked off. And then the person kind of wrote a nasty little snip about it because Miranda wouldn't take a picture with her. Well, you know what? You know, these people are entertainers, not your trained monkeys at your beck and call. You know what? They go out there, they make a lot of money, sure, but you know what? They worked very, very hard to get where they are, and as an entertainer, I can tell you, I know how hard an entertainer works. And you know what? When they're on the street just trying to get across the street and, just trying to do a normal person thing, try going through your life with a million cameras in your face and people screaming your name everywhere you go. Every single day, you can't even go to the grocery store and buy a freaking avocado. I mean, it's kind of neat for a few minutes, but I got to tell you, that crap gets old fast. And you know what? If someone just says politely, and she wasn't even rude, that they can't take a picture with you, take that at face value, wish them well, and have a nice day. Because you know what? They don't owe you jack on the street. When you go and spend your money to go see them perform live, then they owe you their heart and soul poured out on the stage. They owe you an amazing show that you'll never forget, a night that will leave you dancing on air as you walk out of the arena. They owe you that. But when they're on the street or in the grocery store or trying to have a damn cup of coffee somewhere, leave them the F alone, okay? That's the way I feel about it. That's why I don't bug celebrities when I'm out and about. That's just the way I am. Anyway, over at Country Standard Time, bluegrass guitarist George Shuffler dies. He died on April 9th. Now, George was a bluegrass guitarist and early practitioner of the cross-picking style. I'm a guitarist. I'm not really a bluegrass guitarist. I'm not really sure what the cross-picking style is. I guess if I were any good, I might know what it is. Anyway, this guy died last Monday at the age of 88. Hey, he could fill up a whole keyboard with his age. It's pretty cool. You know, in 2011, Shuffler was elected to the International Bluegrass Music Hall of Fame. I have no idea who he is, but apparently he's famous. I don't know who a lot of famous people are, so, I mean, I'm no authority on this. So why are you listening to me? I have no idea, but I sure am glad you are, because I have fun doing this show. I hope you have fun listening to it, because I enjoy the hell out of this. All right, over at theboot.com, Dolly Parton. She's going to be doing an hour-long performance on QVC on Sunday, April 27th to promote her upcoming new album, Blue Smoke, which you will be able to get 20 days early as a QVC exclusive if you buy it through QVC. They don't pay me for that placement or anything like that. I'm just telling you, you can. All right? The lady is 68 years old. She looks amazing. She's in great health. And you know what else? She's kicking off a brand new world tour. Take that, George Strait, you freaking wimp. All right. Over at the 615, which is a subdivision of Billboard.com, producer Fred Foster recalls the sessions for Ray Price's final album. Not like an auto recall, not like there's something wrong with it and they need to recall it because you'll die in it. I mean, he's fondly recalling his time with Ray cutting the final album. He talks about how when he first met Ray, he actually insulted him. It's a pretty good read. You should get on over there. That's the 615. I don't know how to tell you to get there correctly. If you do a search for country music news, it'll be like somewhere on that first page of search results probably. All right. Country music is love.com. There's an interview over there with Austin Webb. All right, here's another person who I have no freaking idea who they are. Well, but apparently has something in the top 40 right now. He looks pretty like a milquetoast pretty boy a little bit. And he's got a song called Raise 'Em Up, which is a pretty damn cliche title, if you do ask me. But I haven't heard it, so I'm judging books by their cover. But, hey, at least I admit it. But, if my indications are any indications, I highly doubt that his music will make it more than 2 lines into my ears before I have to just yank it out, and I can't take it no more. And with that in mind, this has been your News. I like to do the Barry White on the show, baby. Maybe I'll just stay on the reverb through the rest of this segment. It's not going to be very long. Thank you for listening to the Undercountry Music News. The Undercountry Music News is just a small excerpt of the weekly hour-long internet broadcast Undercountry Music, where I, Neil Smith, not only round up the week in country music news and put my own spin on it, but I also play music and have great interviews by lesser-known original country acts, the kind that you won't hear on mainstream country radio. If you're thirsting for that, get on over to undercountry.com where you can listen and subscribe. You can also subscribe via iTunes to Undercountry Music. Thanks so much. Stay under, stay country.